Welcome to PD on a Pinch, where you can find big ideas even when you're short on time. Welcome to another PD in a Pinch. In this session, we're digging into a quick strategy to help students who jump to the worst case scenario, like everyone's going to hate me if I mess up once. This strategy is all about helping them flip the catastrophic thought and get grounded in what's real. Today, we're going to look at Flip the Catastrophe, a 3-step reframing activity for anxious thinkers. Before we get started, if we don't know each other yet, I'm Keri. I'm a school counselor at a K-6 school on the beautiful island of Oahu. I am an author and a mom of 3, and I'm also a former gifted but undiagnosed anxious child who got an ADHD diagnosis in adulthood. So a lot of these strategies that I'll be sharing are things that I think would have been really helpful for me as an anxious kid, and they are strategies that I share with my anxious students on a daily basis. All right, let's get to it. Let's look at our 3-step reframing activity. First of all, why does this matter? Catastrophic thinking is really common in students with anxiety, and it triggers avoidance, panic, and dysregulation, and it keeps our students stuck in that fear loop. It prevents them from getting to the important step of problem solving. Catastrophic thinking is that mental snowball effect. The problems become huge threats. It's super common in students with anxiety and perfectionism, and when their brains say this is a disaster, their body follows. They have racing heart, tunnel vision, freeze, or avoid. So our job is to help them break the loop and bring the thinking back down to size. This strategy works in 3 simple steps. First, we let them say the scary thing. We don't shut it down, we name it. And then we ask what's most likely to actually happen. And finally, we build resilience. If the worst did happen, how would you deal with it? This last step flips fear into empowerment. So let's take a look at what each one of these looks like in depth. Step 1 is name it, or name the catastrophe. We start by asking, what's the scary story that your brain is telling you? That phrasing helps to externalize the thought. We want to let them say it out loud, even if it sounds irrational. We want to avoid minimizing or dismissing it by saying, oh, that's never going to happen. We just want to give them the space to name it. Then we can use some humor or art to reduce the intensity. Maybe they're going to make a worry monster that they are talking to when they're addressing this catastrophe, or they're actually drawing out what they think might happen. Maybe they're afraid that they're going to fall in the cafeteria and everyone's going to make fun of them and laugh at them forever, and the whole school's going to post a meme about them. They can draw it out. We want to normalize it. We don't want to shame it. Then step 2, we're going to bring in our reality check. The reality check is all about asking them what's actually most likely to happen in this situation. I want you to think about times in the past that you felt this way before, or you faced a similar situation. What actually happened in that situation? We're not saying it'll all be fine, we're not brushing anything under the rug, but we're guiding them to look at the patterns and the probabilities of their past experiences and apply them right now. We want to reinforce accurate thinking, not toxic positivity. After a reality check, we start building our resilience plan. After a reality check, we're going to ask, if the worst did happen, how could you handle it? This is the key. We want to shift their mindset from helpless to capable. Even if your worry does come true, you have the tools to face it. You can make a plan for how you'll get through it. This step is so important because problem solving builds that emotional flexibility and resilience, which some of our anxious students might lack. Let's apply this to an example we've probably all seen before. You have a student who's feeling really anxious about an upcoming presentation that they have to give in front of their peers. So the first step is we're going to name it. What is your catastrophic thought? The thought is, I'm going to bomb my presentation. Everybody's going to laugh at me. So then we're going to move into our reality check. What's the most likely thing that will happen? Most likely thing is, I'll feel a little bit nervous. Maybe I'll mess up a few words here and there, but most kids won't notice. Some of them probably won't even be paying attention. So then we're going to build our resilience plan, how to handle if the worst actually does happen. If I do bomb and everybody's laughing at me, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to make eye contact with a friend, and I'm going to talk to the counselor after. I could even ask my teacher if I can have a redo, or maybe give the presentation just in front of my teacher and a couple of friends. But we have a plan in place for what we can do if the worst actually does happen, which is pretty unlikely. This 3-step method is great to use before tests, presentations, or transitions. It also fits really well into ongoing check-ins with our students who are dealing with anxiety or perfectionism. But just as a heads up, it's not ideal during an emotional meltdown or in trauma response crisis mode. We want to use it after regulation, not during an escalation. This 3-step catastrophe flip is a fast, evidence-based reframing strategy that helps students go from worst case to what's real and what's possible. It encourages them to look at the past and consider actual things that have really happened to reframe their current mindset and build that emotional resilience. Thanks for joining me for PD in a Pinch. If you want to learn more about CBT strategies to use in the school counseling setting for students who are dealing with anxiety, I have an hour-long webinar that you can check out. You can scan this QR code here or check the links in the caption down below. I also have a strategy card deck that is great for catastrophizers. It has lots of different scenarios and steps that they can follow to help them reframe that catastrophic thinking and get back to more helpful and realistic thoughts. And last but not least, I have my book, Worry Warriors Guidebook and Journal for Kids, that is full of evidence-based strategies to help students understand and manage their worries. Before you go, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a school counseling idea, and follow me on all your favorite social media platforms at Counselor Keri. I'll talk to you soon.